Welcome back to another vlog. In this vlog, we're at Bletchley Park, basically where they broke codes in World War II. The first place you go to is Block C, where you pay for the tickets, the gift shop and the welcome information before you head outside to other blocks. This is the gift shop. It sells lots of things World War II related, and some games and some alcohol. And yeah, hope you enjoy this video. It's going to be quite a long one. So this is the welcome. Basically the welcome bit is getting you knowing what World War II was and what they did. So as I headed outside of this section, you see a motorbike, a really good looking motorbike in my opinion. And yeah, it's a dispatcher rider one, which is really cool. But now we're going to head to this section, which is part 2 of the welcome to Bletchley Park information section. Has some typewriters, some books, some old papers, to a lot of stuff. By the way, this is only the beginning of the adventure. So as we go out here, you have to press a button to get out, where most blocks you don't. But the first place we headed to was the radio centre place, where all the information you can get out from radios are in there. Basically, all run by volunteers. I don't think it's got anything to do with Bletchley Park, except from it's a modern day way of communicating. These are the old types of radios, and then as we went along it got newer and newer, I guess. Anyway, by the looks of it, look how cool that one was. And this one, I don't know what any of the names are, so don't blame me if I don't know. There's some stuff you can interact with. This is the modern day stuff which they still use. So as we head out, we are going to another block. This is just outside Block B. Block B consists of AI and Alan Turing. I went to the AI section first, which is quite weird because it's nothing to do with World War II, but the future. AI is definitely the future, I can see it. I've got some glasses. What are AI? So definitely the future. So now we head out of here and we head down the stairs to Alan Turing. Basically a place where it tells you all about Alan Turing and all the stuff. Some old machines. Can't tell you anything about them. I don't want to get it wrong, and also I just can't bother. But here's another machine. Here's some more machines. Basically it's full of cabinets of old machinery from World War II, and some paper documents and a load of stuff. There is some Japanese writing in here at some point. Some more books. Him actually as a photo. Him on a banknote. And that's him as a statue. And typewriter. His personal bear. Something in a cabinet. Looks like oars. Stopwatch. A clock. And some more technology of some description. It does tell you some medals, some more documents, and Japanese, Japan. Japanese writing, lovely. Another machine, lovely. And then some information about him on the walls. And as we head out, we go to Block A. So, Block A is basically the place where they got the code from nothing to outside Bletchley Park. These are the corridors, the places where they got given the code, which was broken, and actually sourced it out of Bletchley Park. Here are some items. What they use is the wall of the maps they would have sent the information to, and just some planning maps and some videos. So down this corridor is basically a interactive wall which I couldn't get to work because none of the pins would go in the hole. This is a machine. Something does something. These are where all the papers go. Lots of corridors down here, as you can see. It's like a maze. Lots of mazes. You can listen to some information there. Basically, this museum's full of books. More books and papers than you can do with. Some more information on the walls. This is what they used. Basically, how many cars, how many people, how many lunches and stuff. Interactive table. There's an arrow to guide you so you won't get lost, and you do exit out a different way. And more information about the government and how they worked, impact, legacy and peak activity posters. As we head out of Block A, you go in a loop. So basically, the AI section you would have seen. This is the D-Day block where you can see a show. I didn't see it because we didn't get there at the right time, and I was booked on a tour I forgot you can get. So yeah, another 12 minutes and it could have been. Now we're heading over to the house, currently being renovated from the outside. These are some bikes. I guess some people use them bikes, like some of the staff, I'm not quite sure, but this is Hut 8, where they actually try to break some codes. This is some more rubbish in a cabinet, more antiques in a cabinet, stuffed pigeon, obviously, and some smaller stuff, lots of papers as I mentioned earlier, some more clocks, trophies, a calculator, and some more stuff. This probably would have been one of the offices, but it was one of the more useless rooms, as you can see. Then we headed down the corridor into this room, basically the most useless room. I said the last one, but this one's more useless. They're mainly full of offices. This is Alan Turing's office, just so you know. And then some cartoons of some staff. I'm not sure what this has got to do with actual World War, except from stuff. Hut 6 is another code-breaking place. More offices. As you saw, the lights do go off to save power in this museum. So yeah, not great. But another office. More code-breaking equals win war. More code-breaking places. Stuff only part. And more offices. It's quite good, these cabins, but that's about it. So there's 2 more offices to look at, and then we leave the cabins for now. We'll come back to the best, save it for last, and yeah, this is the last office I go in for a while, and then we head outside. But yeah, lovely. This has been under construction, so yeah, it's their house. Guess people stayed in it. It's so fancy, so expensive, and just I wouldn't want to live in one of these houses because the ceiling's too high and yeah, a lot of stuff. On the other hand, this room isn't empty, as you can see. It's full of papers. It's got a fireplace. As we exit, we head this way. You can't go any further because of afternoon tea. I didn't pay for it because I didn't want afternoon tea. As we walk this way, you get to see all the desks. Even more desks. I don't know what the desks were for because obviously I'm not going to tell you fake information. More offices. This is the outside porch. This is the hut where you can get the tour. I only recommend the tour if you don't care how much rubbish, well it's not rubbish, you know what I mean, how much information you want, but if you hate someone going, this is this, this is this, this is this, not for you, as this tour takes an hour of information. I recommend not doing the tour if you don't want a load of information shoved right in your head. So this place is post office and some outback buildings, as you can clearly see. This is the final kind of outside section I do before we head into the best hut. Basically the hot hut, the noisy hut, the dingiest huts. So 11A is where the bomb, I think, was kept. I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah. This is basically the automated hut of code breaking. Talking a load of rubbish, you think? Yes, I am. I know I am. I just have to get this video out. With some voiceovers are not great, but anyway. Some plans. Some more. Oh, a painting. A book. I told you loads of paper was used in this museum. Another interactive thing. There's some interactive things around Bletchley, but not all the time. Sorry I showed you the painting twice. Got no idea why I did. But this is a code breaking machine. This is, I think, a bomb. As you will see it in a different place. Hut 11 is the most depressing hut of them all. Look at this. It's the dingiest hut there is. This is where the machine would have been. Noisy, smelly, and yeah. So that's the last building we go to. So now we're heading to the exit where the gift shop. You should always look at the gift shop at the end. Not what I did, what was at the beginning, but that's a lake where they did some activities on it. And so as we head out of the museum, I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, please still subscribe and like and suggest where I should go next. I'll see you in the next video. You know how I said I'll see you in the next video? I forgot to add this bit. It's a bolt on. So basically this is the National Museum of Computers, where it's got the bomb, a replica of the bomb, a load of computer parts, as you can see. This is the history of the computers, but this is the old section. You can see that going, but I couldn't film it because they said no, and I'm very sorry. Wow, this is really old. As I said, this is the inside of the bomb. And yeah, this is another place where they talk for England. And yeah, a robot. I don't know what that is, but there's another one coming up. Calculators and stuff. Imagine fitting that in your pocket. I don't think it would be very good. I love that. I wish I could have one on my table right now. More interactive bits. And this is a radio section, I think. Don't 100% count me on with that. But it could be code breaking still. Look, I told you. I didn't find another one after that. So this is the old computers, which I found out some of the computers didn't have enter keys, which I didn't know. Don't know how you operate a keyboard without one, or a computer, but the weird thing is it's got a vibe of Fallout where everything's green and an off-white, which gets really damaged in the sun. Anyway, old computers. This is another old thing. I can't tell you what because I couldn't tell you because of false information I'll be spreading. So, this is also a computer, I think. As you go this way, this is a machine which they do operations on, but I didn't get there in time. So, yeah. So this is the modern day computer section. But this one's a weird room to start with. It does get better as you go through. So around the corner, you've got a PS2 and a games machine. You can operate any of the computers, or don't say do not touch. If it says do not touch, do not touch. You can play on most of these computers if they are got a game on them and stuff. That's what's inside a computer. And yeah, the computer I have is running off disk drives, quite old. These are old computers. So you can play the games unlimited times as you want. I recommend doing this museum after Bletchley on the same day. So yeah, lots of old computers. Comment down below what's your favourite computer or game. Sorry about the flash. As we come to the end of this museum, you will see quite a lot of modern technology. Well, not that new, but new-ish. So there's a pinball machine you can play. There's a arcade machine you can play. And down here is phones. And some calculators, modern day calculators. And some souvenirs. Some motherboards. Some chips. Not chips you put in the microwave or the oven. Keyboards. Printers. TV. And some disk drives. Films to whatever. You can see faulty towers. Don't know. I know what it is, but I don't know why it's there. A keyboard with a telephone on it. Wow. Even some of the keyboards back then are bigger than the one I've got now. And my one's massive. Modern day standards. But yeah, as we go this way, I will promise you I will see you in the next video instead of another bolt-on. So I'll see you hopefully in Germany. Goodbye.